Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, love, attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. We are here for our weekly energy reading. Got my Palo Santo, and I have a beeswax candle. That candle is made from beeswax, and there's no scent to it, and it's healthy and it's clean for your environment. All right. Let's call on our guides, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron. Please open sacred space. Please only allow the highest and whitest light messages to come through. Bless me. Bless my cards. Bless my beautiful viewers. And I've already gotten a few messages. I feel super connected to spirit today. I took a 2.5-hour nap, woke up, and I felt my dad's presence with me. I felt my angels with me. I just feel so kind of clear, right? I don't know if I saw the Schumann resonance kind of went bonkers today, and that's why I napped for 2.5 hours. I don't know if you guys felt it too, but last night I had to go for a drive at like midnight. Maybe it was even later than that. I can't remember what time it was. But I remember just like sitting on the couch and something said, go for a drive, like get out of the house. And I went for a drive and I opened all the windows because it was like 60 degrees here and I could just feel the breeze and there was nobody on the road and it was so peaceful and the moon was out and I just was like, this is so nice right now. And then I came home and I still felt, it's like the reason why I went for the drive is I think when the energy, I don't know if it was because of the Schumann resonance or because I did a lot yesterday. So I think I was maybe overstimulated. I don't know. I wish I had answers. I also did a client call, and I definitely know that the client who I worked with, she was going through a really dark energy. She was moving through sadness, feeling defeated. And as soon as we got off the call, I started to feel that way. And I'm like, oh, shoot, she was carrying an energy. I got to go transmute this for her. And I got to let her know that she's not crazy. What she was feeling was real because I felt it too. So I wanted to let her know, like, she wasn't crazy. Like, it's okay that you were feeling that way. Sometimes these lower vibrations kind of hijack us and we feel like it's truth and we feel like it's really our thoughts that are that dark because they were really dark thoughts and I felt so bad for her. And then I had them, a few hours later and I was like, oh my gosh, I now understand what she was going through. And that's part of being an intuitive. And I have a special gift aside from reading people and aside from being an empath. I can transmute energy. So I feel like God made me this way, but I can walk through a store and, I can have a conversation with somebody and they can be really, really down. And then I kind of lift unconsciously, I do it. I lift the energy from them and then they feel amazing. And then I'll get in my car and I'll start crying. And it's like I'm processing their unprocessed pain, or I'm processing the lower vibration that, was on them from wherever they just were the night before. And these lower vibrational energies and entities, they can latch onto you when you're watching certain crime shows, horror shows, scary movies. If you're listening to rap music that is super low vibrational, the frequency of that music is literally opening up your field saying, sure, come feed off of me, lower vibrations. You don't want to be doing that. If you're serious about your healing and if you're serious about manifesting, you have to tidy up your routines. Cop shows, anything with law enforcement is usually fear-based, the news. So I don't even like if a commercial comes on about like cancer or something, I immediately mute it. I'm like, I'm not having that enter my field because it's real. It literally can enter our field. So imagine if somebody's watching 3 weeks worth of these shows or this music, or even like being around somebody else who does those things, we can pick that up and we don't even know we have it on us. And then we start to feel like depressed and sad and we don't know why. But it's because we just opened our energy up to all these low vibes and they compound. And then we feel, sad or whatever we feel. And now we're already in a low state. So when you're sad or when you're not feeling good or you eat poor food, you're like dropping down to the level of where low vibrations live, and then more of them can latch onto you. But the minute you go out in nature and you walk for at least 30 minutes, and you're dropping, right? And with every step, you're imagining dropping off that energy. That's the fastest way to clear energy. And that's why I preach it on my channel that you guys have to get out into nature, because if you're not super into this kind of conversation, or if you don't believe in it, or I don't know, like when I was first taught about it, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe what my mentor was saying, and I'm just like, she's crazy. I don't want to have a belief system that something bad can be on me, until I consistently started to feel really bad. And then I would go for walks and I noticed I'd feel so much better. And I'd be like, wait, I connected the dots. And she was right. She was always telling me to cleanse my energy. So if you don't believe in this, you can throw it out, but maybe just go out, be in nature just to protect yourself every day. There isn't one day that goes by that I do not walk in nature, because I want to clear my energy before I sleep. And last night I did not walk in nature because I had such a full day. I took a bath, but I guess I just didn't do it. Um, but I was up all night, and then the Schumann resonance was crazy. We got a ton of rain here today. So anyway, the energy has been very unique for the past 48 hours. So if you're feeling that too, and I'm filming this on Saturday, so it was Friday and Saturday that I'm talking about, you're not alone, and make sure you get out in nature when you can. The first thing I did this morning, even it was raining, I literally drove to the park and I did an hour-long walk at the park, because I just was like, I don't care if it's raining, I need to get this energy off of me. Okay, we're going to use spell casting deck. I think this is the upright version of it. The bottom we have transformation. So we're all going through some sort of transformation. Also, this is a new moon reading. So the new moon is airing the day that it's happening the day that I'm airing this. And I believe it's at its peak at 3 p.m. Eastern time. But as you know, new moons are 3 days before and 3 days after. It's like a 6 or 7 day cycle. But this is a potent time to really transform your entire life. Just like that butterfly card at the bottom of the deck. If we want to start a brand new life, this is the time to do it. Courage. We have the lion. You can be brave and you can walk into this new reality. You might be feeling the squeeze like I am. You might be feeling the energy shifting. And this morning, there was an energy of, I kept feeling like I needed to be doing something. And that's the time where you need to just not do anything, because it's the new moon energy. It's squeezing you, right? It's trying to push you out of the cocoon. And sometimes we just need to sleep. So I kept feeling like I needed to do something. And I'm like, you know what? I remember this. I know this energy around full and new moons. I'm going to take a shower, literally just get right on the couch, darken my house, shut all the blinds, and just sleep. Because the more I'm in a frequency of, I need to do something and I'm not doing it and I'm feeling bad, that's all low vibration. We're literally opening ourselves up to feeling poorly. And it's just, we're getting momentum going in the wrong way. So we want to stop all momentum. We want to stop all thought, and we want to sleep. So use your courage at this time. Be the lion, be the Leo, and step into what it is you want to do. But if you feel pushed, wait and rest, and make sure you get really, really into a high energy where you feel good. Don't ever take action from feeling scared. Okay. I just grabbed Kyle Gray's Angel Guide Oracle cards. So they're a beautiful orange deck, which can represent the sacral chakra, which is play and pleasure. Earth and ground, again, nature. Double message to get your butts out in nature. Look at the fiery red and orange energy. So when you ground yourself down, you're allowing, so Mother Earth holds all of this light. And when we connect to Earth with our bodies, we receive more light. So it's pushing out all of the negative energy. And negative energy can come from cell phones. It can come from TV, like just not like what you're watching, but just the physical energy of an electronic, right? All the EMFs, we do not want them. All right, let's do one more from Kyle Gray. Joy and contentment. We're talking about pleasure, sacral chakra, joy. She's in nature again. You're moving. This new life is going to bring you so much joy, and you're going to feel more grounded, You have the courage to step into it now. You're becoming brand new. Okay, let's get some animal cards now. This is Spirit Animal Wisdom. It's one of my oldest decks. I've had this for about 8 years now, I think. Okay. What about this new life, Spirit? What about this new life? Wolf, heart medicine, let go of that which does not serve you. Wow. Which does not serve your highest good, to be specific. So the wolf is a leader. They lead the pack, right? So it's heart medicine, meaning somebody is a leader and their heart chakra is opening and they're finding the courage. They're finally loving themselves to move forward and they're leading their family to something brand new. They're having the courage. I just heard maybe they're leaving a relationship, but they're being courageous and they're doing it anyway because they want to go towards this woman. They know that she holds her joy. She holds his joy. So the wolf is coming towards his feminine. He's taking a risk because he wants a brand new life. And he knows he's worthy of it. He did not come this far to stop now. Pray from the heart. Oh, and it looks like a grandmother energy. So somebody's grandmother is with us right now. It says, prayer really can move mountains. Reach out to the divine with your heart's concerns and watch miracles unfold. Last night when I was driving in my car, I was crying and I was praying to my dad. I was like, Dad, just please relieve me of the suffering. Allow me to sleep tonight. Make me feel less alone. Bring me my new life. Bring me my new home. Bring me my new partner. I was praying so hard. So that's a message that when you guys are in despair, just speak out loud to your loved ones that have crossed over. Now we have your vibration is rising. This is a time of great spiritual growth for you. You are evolving to occupy a higher energetic frequency. Spot on. This is moving into that 5D energy. You are coming out of the old way of being. And sometimes when that happens, you go through what I went through. It's like a spiritual upgrade. You need to sleep a lot, or you're not sleeping in the middle of the night. And then you have to nap during the day. You're feeling the earth's energy. You're feeling everything shift. But you're moving towards a higher frequency, which is more joy and contentment. Which also means you're really going to struggle and you're not going to be able to tolerate people that are low vibrational because they're really going to affect your field. And look how happy she is touching the water. You can see her reflection in the water. So somebody might need to be by water to do a little extra healing. I just heard a trip might be on the way. All right, we just used all of these. We're going to move them out of the way. All right, Light Seers Tarot. Here we go. I keep hearing peace. Somebody is going to be stepping into a new world of complete peace with the Emperor and the Hierophant. Wow. Look at this. Beautiful. So the Hierophant is a spiritual teacher, or it's a person reaching enlightenment, a person going through an awakening. They're really connecting to source. They're seeing the magic unfold in their life. So I see this as the divine masculine is connecting more with God and the universe. They're seeing signs, they're seeing synchronicities, they're understanding why everything didn't work out in the past, but now it's time. And they're getting up the courage to move forward, to be like the wolf, to lead the pack. They know they have it within them. They're praying. I just heard somebody's praying for you. Final two for this deck, or final three. Wow. So King of Pentacles, he's moving slowly. The King of Pentacles is grounded. He takes his time. He plans accordingly. And he has, look at all this abundance. He has so much abundance that just follows him wherever he goes. Maybe this person loves to be around horses. Maybe they own a farm. Maybe they want to I just heard somebody wants to come in really fast to scoop you up like a knight in shining armor. Because they had this awakening moment, they now know who you are. And I can't help but look at his eyes. He's like, holy shit. And my head keeps itching. I feel like the back of my head keeps itching. And that happens normally in my readings, but it's itching like crazy. I feel like my guides are itching me today. My crown was tingling earlier today too, which I thought was unique. Like it wasn't an itchy energy. It was kind of just like felt like water was hitting my head. Okay, Knight of Swords. Here's the fast moving energy that I was talking about. Look how fast he's moving. And if you look at the bottom of his shoe, there's mathematical equations. So this means it's a very logical masculine. He's calculated. He's planning accordingly. This is slow planning, but then this is fast movement. And the wheel represents complete balance. Look how good she's balancing on this pentacle. She's balancing her light and her dark, right? The dark is the feminine, the light is the masculine. She is fully balanced in her yin yang energy. And because she's balanced, he is coming and racing towards her. He cannot wait to be with her. And he knows that whatever they do or whatever he does, that he can build abundance because he's praying and asking for assistance from God. But this is somebody on a mission to come see you. He is not messing around. He's got all the tools he needs now. It's almost like this person went on a journey. Maybe the Knight of Pentacles means they walked solo, or they felt like they were solo in their life, like kind of building their abundance on their own. And now that they have everything, they learned all the lessons they needed to learn, right? They have all the tools. He's got the tools on his back. He's got the so-called weapons, but he's got spirit leading him. The bird is leading him. And he's going to his bike and he's like, I'm coming, babe. I got you. I will protect you. I will provide for you. I will be the wolf energy. We just got the Lovers. Wow. Spirit is locking this down. New partnership this week. People are going to be coming into union, joy, contentment. Ground yourself before it arrives. You're in a higher vibration now, so you're going to attract different kinds of people. You might meet somebody brand new this week. Somebody who lives from the heart because of the wolf card, somebody who is awakened because of the Hierophant card, somebody who's emotionally regulated and balanced. This says, embrace true love and deep, intimate friendships and connections. Make choices from the heart, vibrant health, or recovery from an illness. So you could also be moving into a better feeling state because you're learning how to work with the energies on our planet. Oh, and now we have the Ace of Swords, this cute little boy. It says, brilliant ideas that may need refinement, overcoming obstacles with faith that everything will work out, communicate clearly and concisely, remain objective. And he's got a butterfly on his shoulder. We talked about butterflies earlier. All right. Now let's open up some Micah magic. We love you, Micah. And my nose just started to itch when I said that. My guides always itch my nose in my readings. Oh, and I just heard, interesting, like when the back of my head itches like that, when it's like abnormal and I have to itch it more, they're bringing my attention to the subconscious mind because that's where it lives. So somebody needs to start going within and rewiring yourself about this connection. Start to believe that you're worthy of having this. And don't allow the mind to talk you out of this. So the sword represents truth. It represents communication. It represents learning something new. And this, look how sweet that boy is. So I just heard this man might have a son. Person coming to you might have a son, or maybe they want to have a little boy with you. Okay, breakdown that builds character. Sit tight, things are being moved for you. It will come at the end of the month. While we're here, this is the end of the month. So sit tight, Spirit's got you. Man, I'm itching like crazy all over. And I'm freshly showered, my hair's feeling good. Your soul is calling you to level up. So when this person comes in, you guys might create something together and you might have a little bit of fear. You might be scared to do that next step, but remember, it's all the mind. The mind is creating the fear as the obstacle, and your soul knows how to do everything it's about to do. We just go along for the ride. Yep, you're here for a bigger purpose. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Soul is calling you to level up because you're here to do more. You have more gifts inside of you that you didn't even know existed. You're going to meditate like the Hierophant. The Hierophant knows how to connect immediately to spirit whenever he needs to. And maybe maybe you're going to be teaching this person about meditation. Maybe you two will meditate together because you're going to get downloads together. Say yes. Okay, this offer is coming in. The guy on the horse is coming in, or the motorcycle. Somebody might own a motorcycle, but they're coming in. They're going to be asking you something. Deciding between two options. Yep, you're going to have to make a decision. I mean, this person could live across the country and you might have to move. You might have to decide between maybe two different careers, locations. They will reach out. Cleanse your energy. There's nature again, confirming it, because your current energy is creating your future. That is the main reason why I always preach for you guys to cleanse your energy, because if you're on my channel and you're watching these readings because you want to create more for yourself, your energy is everything. Your frequency is everything, how you're thinking, feeling, and being. So if you have a low vibration on you, if you're putting poor food in your body, if you're not going out into nature, you're not on the highest vibration that you could be in or on. So things are going to be slow for you. I always find the biggest block to anybody not receiving manifestations is because their vessel is not clear and clean. And they don't believe in the energy clearing, and that's what blocks them. They have to start adopting these routines. I would never waste my time teaching something if I didn't believe in it. So always remember that if you hear me teaching something, and I'm not saying that my teachings are the end all, but I'm just saying I share from my heart because I don't want people suffering. So I would never, ever waste a minute sharing something unless I knew that it worked. Okay, so please remember that. I would never waste your time or my time if I didn't think something would help you. So you're going to look for the breadcrumbs in the process. And remember, when signs come in, you check in with your body to see if it feels right. We don't just jump on the first thing that comes in because there are lower vibrational energies out there. So here's an example. If you are in a low state, right, and you're manifesting something, well, you might see all these signs and synchronicities, but you're in a low vibration. You're not at your highest. You're feeling a little off, and you see all these signs and synchronicities, but you're not in a good state. So you're like, wait, is this the darker forces leading me in the wrong direction? Yes, that is possible. That is why we always check in with our body and say, do I want to make this decision to move here, to take this job? Let me go feel into it to see if it feels right. We don't just take the first option, because sometimes it's a test. Wow, 777, money is coming. Forgive them. A lot of times forgiveness is the block to our abundance flow. When we are holding resentment, anger, or we're living in the lower three chakras, which is shame, guilt, fear, we block our abundance. Our abundance comes from that orange sacral chakra, the joy, the pleasure. If you are not in pleasure because you can't forgive somebody, you're blocking your abundance. If you are speaking poorly about family members and you don't want to connect with them and you're angry at them, that blocks your abundance. We have to just observe them, accept them for who they are, and know that they are a part of our journey. But moving forward, that old energy doesn't come with us, right? We learn the lesson. We came here to transmute that relationship and to rise above it and to see, wow, you were my abuser, or you hurt me in some way. You neglected me. You didn't show up for me. But we don't hate them the rest of our lives, because that's hating us, because they are us pushed out. Every single person on this planet is God in the universe. So when you cut somebody off or you push somebody out, I talked about this on a client call the other day. I was trying to teach my client the balance, the fine line between setting a boundary and not allowing low vibrational family members into your bubble, and the fine line of not hating them and not saying, I'm cutting them off, I don't want their energy near me. We have to soften that, because God would never say that. So abundance is love. Abundance is God. Abundance is the universe. Your manifestations are God and the universe. and they're all the frequency of love. So if you're living from the lower three chakras and avoiding people out of fear, or you're pissed off and you're angry and you're not forgiving somebody, you're not in your heart. Therefore, you can't manifest the highest manifestation for yourself because you're not open. When you're in your heart space, doors just open nonstop and things flood in. So ask yourself, what are you not forgiving right now? And I have to tell you guys, in the past month, I have connected with 4 different men who are not really like my friends. One was my friend, is my friend, but we don't connect that often. But they all have children, right? And there was always one child that they had resentment towards. And I organically shared with them my situation and my childhood where I felt rejected. I felt like I wasn't wanted. And when a child feels that way, we grow up not feeling worthy and our life is halted and it's a struggle. And I'm an example of that. I had to work through all of that because I didn't feel worthy of having more, because I was so neglected and rejected, and just, people didn't want me here. So why would I want me here? So I was trying to share with these men, like, my story and how much it hurt me, and I'm still hurting, and I'm 42 and it still hurts me. So I think it woke those men up to realize, oh shit, like, I'm doing that to my son. I'm doing that to my daughter because, we didn't want a 3rd kid, or we didn't want a 4th kid. And I'm unconsciously, they're conscious of it, but they're like kind of resenting it because maybe life is more chaotic because they have more kids, or maybe that child has a lot of struggles that they go through, and it's just really frustrating for the parent. They always say there's one of those children in every family that's there for the lesson, right? They're there to teach you something. But when those men are resisting that child, they're resisting what is. They're not forgiving the situation, because if the baby is here, the baby's meant to be here. If the child is here, the child is meant to be here. And we have to fully forgive any kind of resentments that we used to have, and forgive ourselves because it's our wounded self that can't deal with the lack of regulation. They're not feeling regulated, so they're blaming the child, but it's really their own emotional state that's feeling activated. So they're not really, they're blaming somebody else, but it's really them needing to do their own healing. And I came across 4 different men who all had children who they struggle with, and they're resisting them. And I was able to share my side of the story and say, hey, like, I was one of those kids where I was rejected and resisted. And it was so awful. Like, I had a horrible relationship, with the people from my childhood. And now it's better because I did the healing, but maybe you guys can avoid that. Maybe you guys can treat that child differently now, because now you know my story and you don't want them to end up that way. Okay, so back to the cards. We have 333, connect back to spirit, and it's time for an intuitive day. So somebody needs to get out and have a date with the universe. An intuitive day is when you just get in your car, you dial up, you don't know where you're going, and you say, universe, show me the way. And you just start making turns, whichever way your intuition guides you. And then you track every conversation, every new thing that you see or come across, or synchronicity, and you just let the universe move you. And at the end of the day, you tally up all the breadcrumbs that you found. And what you'll find is, wow, that's a lot. We're going to put that back in. What you'll find is that you'll get messages through music. You'll start to have magical moments. You'll think of somebody and then they'll text you, because your energy is different and you're going down different streets, different cities, and you're taking your physical vessel somewhere new, and you're telling, I almost just went like this, but the card came with me. Wow, your dream job is on the way. You're telling the universe, hey, I'm open for something different today. I'm moving myself into a different environment. So I'm telling the universe, I'm allowed to have something different. I give my manifestations permission to come in, because I'm showing you that I'm willing to change. When we are stuck and stagnant in the same routines over and over again, change can't come in. We have to throw the wrench in the wheel and go do something different. And that's why I always say, clean your house, doll up, go somewhere new, change your routines, get out in nature. You have to do things that you haven't done in a while. Stepping into the new you in this new job. Money is going to be coming because you're forgiving that person. You're connecting back to spirit, and your dream job is here. Love is all around you. Okay, we'll do ever unfolding heart, and then we'll do some animal cards to finish off. Where are you staying quiet in your life? Speak your truth. Don't shy from uncomfortable conversations. This is where growth occurs. And I just was drawn to the little boy in the Ace of Swords deck or card. So somebody is feeling a little immature because they can't speak their truth. Crow, you have spiritual gifts. It might be time to dive deep into sharing them. The world needs what you have. Okay, so what kind of spiritual gifts do you have? Where are you guys not sharing them? We need you. We need your light. Where are you staying quiet in your life? Where are you not speaking out and showing the world what you got? This is where the growth occurs. Camel, you're about to go on an adventure, but first you need to rest up, get hydrated, because you're going on a journey. It could feel a little dark at first, but you're going to make it through. You're going to get that water. Beaver, this is somebody that works so hard and they work until the job is done. So this new dream job, you're going to be working and working and working, and it's not going to feel like hard work. It's going to be easy. It's going to be slow moving like the camel. You're going to feel like it's so easy to do whatever you're doing. All right, the final card, the bear. This is shine your light. This is come out of your cave. It is safe to be. Oh my gosh, I just bit my lip. Oh, I bit it a while ago, so it's already swollen on the inside. Dang it. It is safe to be seen. And that's funny that my speech was interrupted too. So somebody's going to be biting their lip about you or speaking their truth or fumbling on their words, but it is safe. You can mess up just like I just messed up and I bit my lip on camera. That's okay. You guys still like me. I still like me. Either way, I'm okay. But a lot of people have fear of speaking out and being themselves and sharing their spiritual gifts because they don't know what their family's going to think of them or what people are going to say. But your happiness in this line of work is so worth it. You know, I've met a couple people in the past few months where they're always hesitant to talk about the universe and God in front of other people, and I notice it. And I'm like, oh, they're not fully in their faith yet. You know, when you're fully in your faith, you're not like pushing your belief systems on somebody, but you just are so natural that you just speak about it and you don't alter because of your audience. You teach them like, hey, this is my belief system. You don't have to believe it. I'm just sharing with you that I love to believe in the universe. I love to believe in magical things happening. And, you know, if you're not somebody who can speak that strongly in front of anybody, no matter who it is, you know, there's certain people who I know have no belief system. I'm not going to overly talk about the universe with them, but I won't hold back if they ask me something. I'll say something like, you know, I know the universe will bring me the next perfect step. I'll be good. And I'm not wondering what they're thinking. I just speak and then I just keep it moving. So that's kind of the bear energy. It's a big energy, right? Bears are big. It's a big energy, big sunlight energy. And it's saying, be you, be yourself, unapologetically yourself. No hold back. All right, lovies, I hope you have a fabulous day. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.